Today's lesson is about algebraic expressions. It's Common Core 8th grade standard NS.2. First of all, what are algebraic expressions? Well, they are an expression that contains a variable. Now, some examples of algebraic expressions are 5x, 3x minus 7, m times 5n, or 3 times the quantity 8 plus n. All of these are examples of algebraic expressions. In other words, there's no equal signs. It is not an equation. Now, to simplify algebraic expression, there's some rules that we need to remember. The order of operations. The first one is simplify expressions inside grouping symbols. The second one is to evaluate all powers. The third one, do all multiplication and division. And last, do all addition and subtraction. Now, whenever I say do all multiplication and division and do all addition and subtraction, I mean from left to right as you read the expression. Now, there's something that helps us remember the order of operations, a mnemonic, and it's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or some people just go straight to PEMDAS. This is the order of operations, and it's what we're going to use to simplify some algebraic expressions. Now let's look at example 1. Let's start with an easier problem just to kind of jog our memory, just to remind us of PEMDAS. So we're going to evaluate the expression 18 plus 36 divided by 3 squared. Well, according to PEMDAS, the first thing we would do is get rid of any grouping symbol. We'd have to do anything inside of that, but we have no parentheses or anything like that on this one. So the first thing that we have to do is an exponent. So the exponent we have to deal with is the squared. So if we do 3 squared, that's going to give us a total of 9. Now the next thing we have to do is multiply and divide from left to right. Well, we have a division symbol, so we're going to divide 36 divided by 9, and that's going to give us a total of 4. Now we have one more step to go to simplify this completely, and 18 plus 4 will give us 22. That is our simplified version of this expression. Now let's look at a second example. So for problem 2, we're going to evaluate 289 minus the quantity 3 times 5 squared. Well, how do we do this one? Well, according to the order of operations, we must do what's inside the parentheses first. So if we simplify the 3 times 5, we're going to get 15. Now we have to do the exponent. So 15 squared is 225. Now that we've simplified this, there's only one step to go to simplify this expression, and 389 minus 225 will give us a total of 64. So that is our answer for this expression. Now let's do an order of operation problem with a square root. So in this case, we want to simplify 13 minus 5, all divided by the square root of 9 plus 6. Well, how do we simplify that? Well, we have to deal with the square root first. Now, luckily for us, the square root of 9, well, there is a square root of 9. It's 3. So we simplify that. Now we have to do the grouping symbol. In this case, it's the division sign. So in other words, anything in the fraction must be simplified before we add 6. Well, 13 minus 5 will give us 8. So we have 8 thirds plus 6. Well, 8 thirds is really a mixed number to combine it with a 6. So 8 thirds, we can rewrite it as 2 and 2 thirds. And 2 and 2 thirds plus 6 will give us an answer of 8 and 2 thirds. Now let's solve a word problem that uses the skills that we've practiced with these expressions and the order of operations. It says Joe buys 2 shirts at $8 each. He also buys a pair of jeans for $20 that gets a $3 discount. Write a numerical expression and solve. So let's write out the algebra they want us to do. Well, in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 shirts, then we have to add the price of the jeans and take the discount away. That's going to give us our total cost, how much we spend for all of these items. So in this case, we have 2 shirts that cost $8 each, so it's 2 times 8. And then we have a pair of $20 jeans, but we're getting $3 discounted off of that price, so it's minus 3. So to combine this, we just follow the order of operations. And if we do that, well, we're going to multiply. So the 2 times the 8 will give us 16. Plus, with the grouping symbol, we've got to do 20 minus 3 before we add it. And 20 minus 3 is 17. Now we just combine it. So our total cost for the 2 shirts and the pair of jeans will give us a total of $33.